Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1 minute time check, stations.
On the Huskies Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome to the Brett Larson Show. Brought to you by St. Cloud Subaru, your 2025-2026 official hockey season sponsor. Also brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, seeking justice for the injured. Centracare M Physicians and Orthopedics, the exclusive medical partner of St. Cloud State Athletics. And by Shields for every pursuit. Here's your host, Jim Erickson.
Hey everybody, welcome. We are live from the Green Mill. Everybody here, nice. It's the Brett Larson Show, and we are back for, let's just call this the holiday Christmas edition of the Brett Larson Show. And Coach Brett Larson, as you can see, if you're watching on YouTube or the Facebook page, here tonight, sitting next to me here after a weekend series and then the Christmas break, and then the Huskies will be busy over the New Year's period as well. And Coach, welcome. Thanks for being with us here tonight.
It's good to be here.
Making the trek back here to the stateroom. And again, it sounds like they are on schedule. So after tonight's show, we'll have one more show here in the stateroom, meeting room here.
Boy, that won't be for a while, right? That'll be after Duluth?
January 12th.
Yep.
January 12th will be the next show after today. So almost a full month here, basically 4 weeks, because we're not doing one after Palm Springs with the travel and everything coming back from there. So that will be after the Omaha series, then, I guess, right? Yeah, Omaha.
Well, that would give me a good segue into some things that had my meeting with Heather Weems today. The coaches always meet with one-on-one meetings with the commissioner of the NCHC. So some cool things that coaches are really pushing for the NCAA meetings is more games. We want to get it up to 38 at least. We think that there's too many breaks.
Right.
The breaks are too long. This 3-week Christmas break has always been crazy. We need to play some more hockey, and the coaches are really pushing to try to add at least 4 more games.
So coaches would prefer to be playing this weekend. The weekend before Christmas,
yep,
and then
this weekend, and then you take Christmas weekend off, and then whether you want to schedule some non-conference games right at the New Year or not, it's up to you. Maybe one less bye during the year. And start a week earlier. So there are some things that we're pushing for that I know that the coaches really feel are important, that we need to expand the schedule.
And I think you said it, and I was thinking about my next question, which happens way too much. But did you say that extra, would that be extra non-conference, or would there be an extra conference game in there, or is that something?
We didn't get into the weeds on that yet, but just in general, we want at least 4 more hockey games.
Right.
Some people love 6.
I'd love
40 would be a good number, but I think you're going to have to, kind of shoot high and then see what you get.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, more games, the better.
That's what the players want to do. They want to play. Believe me, they're sick
I'm miserable if I don't have games to call on a weekend,
Yeah.
So that's really good. And we'll get into the series, but we were talking before you got here, some of the fans here, we were talking about next year's non-conference schedule, how that's shaping up. Obviously, there's going to be some changes there because St. Thomas is moving into the conference, so now you've got to find another team to open the season with.
Yeah, it'll be Bemidji, but
that's what I guess.
It'll be Bemidji. There's some things. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about these things yet or not, but we are hoping. Okay, we'll see. I might get in trouble for this, but we're hoping that the arena will be ready.
Right.
as long as all the construction is on time.
Yes.
Because we play Bemidji home and home the first weekend, and we've got Michigan Tech at home the second weekend, old WCHA rival that hasn't been in a long time.
Huskies versus Huskies.
Huskies versus Huskies, yep. But there's a chance that you never know. You hope the construction goes on time. So we may be having a throwback series at the MAC. We'll see what happens. But that'll be throw the old jerseys on and bring a bunch of the old alumni back and back to where the program started. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully the arena's ready.
Well, I asked Courtney Portner exactly that this weekend. I go, is everything at this point on time as far as the ordering of the new equipment and everything that's going to be going in and everything so far? There is no delay or anything as far as shipments and of that kind of stuff. But again,
we just have to be prepared for the worst case scenario.
Yep.
Right now, the scenarios will be playing Bemidji home and home the first weekend, Michigan Tech the next weekend at home, and then we're doing something really cool. I'm excited about it. I think it's so. Then we go to Boston College to return from the trip they were here 2 years ago, and then we'll go to Vermont for them coming here. The Vermont one's going to be really cool. It's a combined trip with the men's and women's teams. We both play out there the same weekend. We're going to do a charter flight right out of St. Cloud here. We're going to sell half the plane to fans that want to go out for the weekend, probably leave a day early and go out on a Wednesday. I've never been there, but I've been told it's a beautiful spot, a great area, beautiful area, and a great hockey rink. Real, a lot of history to that rink.
Yes.
I think it's the Gutterman Fieldhouse,
if
I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
And I think it'll be a really cool trip to travel with the men's and women's teams. You can see a lot of hockey that weekend, so I'm really excited about that.
Let's get into this past weekend now.
Yep.
Let's talk about the games coming off the series with North Dakota where you lost the two, but you felt you played really well and could have won either of those. Friday was a disappointment, just the result and not everybody pulling on the rope at the same time.
Weird atmosphere in there, Jim, and you said it too. A lot of people said, hey, where was your energy the first period? But when you went back and watched it, we did have energy. We outshot them 14-6. We made 3 colossal errors, and a team that talented, they make you pay fast. They don't need to make. You don't need to make many mistakes for them to score. They're going to score when you do, and they made us pay big time. They're a really good hockey team. They're right up there with, I'd say, the best in the country, and a really, really good team.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to talk about in Friday's game, right?
No.
5-1, you fall behind 3-0, and the comment that I said is that, the visiting team jumps to 3-0 lead, and that kind of sucks the air out of the building, and that's kind of the whole feeling. But then when I watched it on the game broadcast the next day, just to watch it, the way we were playing, we outshot them.
Yep.
And there was the team.
We had way more energy than you thought we did.
Felt, yes.
And unfortunately, I don't know if it was the 20 below temperatures, what it was, but we went from playing in that great environment Saturday night against North Dakota, and you came out and almost felt like an exhibition game that night a little bit. Unfortunately, that hurt us. And then the crowd got back Saturday night, which was nice again. But it was kind of just a weird vibe in the rink that first period of the game, and for our team too. I never say this to the media during the week or after the games because it can only sound like an excuse in the moment, but we had about 7 or 8 guys with the flu. We had multiple guys missing practice throughout the week. The locker room was really sick. I was really worried. I'll tell you, Barrett Hall did not feel well at all Saturday night. He was really sick, and I thought he had one of the best games in his life. So not in his life, but he had a very good game here, and he was really Jim.
I'm social distancing.
Well, Jim, so I'll say it on the radio show, but I'm really glad I didn't get you sick because after meeting with you that night, I got it.
You did.
Bad. And I will tell you, there was a garbage can on the bench next to me throughout the game, and I might have made a couple trips to the bathroom and lost my lunch during the game Friday night. So, and it wasn't just how we played that made me sick on Friday night in the first period.
That game, you fall behind and then you mix up you never want to fall behind like 4-0 in a game like that, but then you mix up the lines.
Especially against a team like that.
Definitely. But then you mix up the lines, which as a coach is kind of nice because you're experimenting a little bit in that instance.
And it usually gives you some juice.
Right.
And the guys stop thinking. They just play with whoever they're out there with. We got to find a way to get a goal somehow to get back in it. Grosser had a great weekend. I think his best weekend as a Husky. I thought he just put the team on his back all weekend, to be honest with you. Playing physical Friday night. He was a very, if you want to take a positive out of Friday night, was Tyson Gross's game for sure. I thought he played so well, and he gets that goal. We're not still really in it, but maybe if we get one or two more quick ones, you make them sweat a little. But to be honest, you just can't dig a hole like that against a team that good, and we did.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Saturday. Our player guest, I think most of the people in here may know of it because we were talking about it, but it's a special guest. I might as well tell you who it is now. It's Spencer Meyer.
That's nice.
Who is going to come in.
Just,
and a very smart person suggested that after we kind of realized that
there's no players left in town.
There are no players left in town. It's holiday break time, and that's another reason to play games this weekend. We don't have players for the coaches show. But anyway, so we go, hey, let's come up with
Spencer,
somebody else.
you gotta maybe get on him a little bit because I usually leave right after my segment, and because I'm going on the road recruiting tomorrow. So my wife and I had date night tonight. We're heading out for dinner after
nice.
this. But he is the assistant coach for the Sartell Sabres, so he's coaching my son now.
Oh.
So now it's interesting. One of my former players coaching my son for the Sabres high school team. So you'll ask him why Lane Larson doesn't get enough ice time.
Yes, he needs some more TOI. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Saturday game. We'll kind of look ahead to the Cactus Classic, which is coming up in Palm Springs.
Cactus Cup, isn't it? Or is it Cactus?
No, it's a Cactus Cup. Yeah, it is. I messed my C words. They always.
That's our next goal. Is winning the Cactus Cup.
Yeah, it's a good cup. Bring it home. Bring home the trophy, a little hardware, and maybe that'll set it up for later on in the year. It's because once you start winning hardware, you want more hardware.
Hey, whenever you're playing for a trophy, you want to win it.
Yeah.
And for us, obviously, those are big non-conference games in general. But we're going out there to try to win that thing.
We're from the Green Mill, adjacent next to the Green Mill here, Kelly and Best Western. Nice enough to allow us to use the meeting room here with the comfortable chairs. They brought out the white linens. Here for the
fancy.
tablecloths.
Did Ken order those? Did he said he wasn't coming unless there was
he didn't like the
linen,
black ones. He wanted to show how clean he was. He wasn't spilling.
Yeah.
So he said to bring out the white ones, like the white glove test. And I want to remind you, as far as the Green Mill goes, they are still serving food. They've got the full menu going. The restaurant, the bar just isn't open. You can't dine in. You can do delivery, and you can also do takeout as well. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. This is the Brett Larson Show, and this is Huskies Hockey from Learfield.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children, and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
The holidays are here, and we've got your shopping list covered. Give a gift that's thoughtful, practical, and always appreciated. A Quick Trip gift card. Whether it's for family, friends, babysitters, coworkers, anyone on your list, gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack. Coffee, treats, fuel, groceries. Gift cards are great for anything. No guessing sizes, no wrapping stress, just simple, joyful giving. Purchase in-store or online now at quicktrip.com/shop. Quick Trip, where convenience meets holiday cheer.
Looking for a college that feels like home and opens doors? Welcome to St. Cloud State, where Huskies come from all walks of life to chase big dreams. From small town Minnesota to across the globe, SCSU is a place where everyone belongs. Whether you're into esports, student orgs, or cheering at D1 hockey games, there's always something happening on campus. And the best part? It's affordable, so you can focus on your future, not your finances. Come see it for yourself. Schedule your campus tour at St. Cloud State University, the home of the Huskies. Let's go Huskies!
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways. Green Mill.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Back here on the Brett Larson Show. Let's talk about Saturday's game, because Friday's
fun to talk about.
Friday's results stunk, as I said, because we had a little bit of a Grinch theme going on. We had people dressed as Grinch. We had a hockey team. Did anybody see this? There was a hockey team that had Grinch-themed jerseys. They looked like hockey jerseys. They had the name, and they were long with the long sleeves and everything, so that was kind of neat. And then at the end of the game on Saturday, I don't think those were the same kids, but they took their shirts off.
I saw that. I saw that on the video. That was funny.
It was like a youth team. That was really funny. They just went crazy.
They got into it.
And, of course, at that age, I mean, one thing, you don't have the inhibitions, and then, you're not as
They were young, right?
They were young. Yeah, they were like 7 or 8. Yeah,
that young, maybe squirts.
Yeah, I would say so. But it was a nice bounce back, because not only the result, and you had to come from behind, but just from the very beginning, you guys played better.
We tabbed it as a must-win game. It was clearly a must-win game. You can only tell your team, and it didn't apply to Friday night, but, Jim, you and I have talked about this. We can count our bad games this year on probably 3 fingers, to be honest. This team has played well pretty much every night, and you can only tell them so long that they're playing well when you're not getting the results. Eventually, you lose your confidence. You don't believe you can win. You feel like it's just going to be the next thing. I mean, that goal against North Dakota to beat us shorthanded, you think of that play. So their defenseman's trying to get the puck out. He doesn't. If we keep it in and score, their coach is ticked off because he didn't get the puck out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We actually keep it. If he does the job and it goes all the way down, we're just in a breakout. We're coming back in the power play. It's 2-2 with a chance to go up. Instead, Finn makes a great play to keep it in. We have a couple guys, unfortunately, running into each other. They go down and score. It just was getting to the point where it felt like, what do we got to do to win? And we needed that win Saturday night. That's as long as I've been here in 8 years. That was probably just the feeling of we need to win a hockey game. It was Saturday night.
Max Malinsky got you on the board first, got everybody kind of energized.
He's been great.
With that even strength goal at 2.5. Yeah, he makes such heady veteran-type plays, because I watched the replay again from the opposite side, from the corner with the camera, and it looked like he hesitated. He's just waiting for the goal. He was waiting to be able to utilize the Denver player as a bit of a screen, because it looked like that Miller didn't pick up the puck.
He had to pull it through the triangle of the stick, so he had to wait the guy's stick out a little bit and then pull it underneath it for the shot. So, he was teaching our forwards how to shoot a puck in traffic.
So that
always takes a D to do that. And then the next goal he's a part of, he's teaching the forwards how to middle lane drive.
And there's nothing wrong with that. The newest Minnesota Wild player, Quinn Hughes, probably will teach.
Well, a funny story about that. So Zeev William was sitting at our game Friday night.
He was there.
He was there. It's funny because I left him the tickets, and their coach had asked me to, and I coached him with their coach, the World Junior.
Yeah, of course.
And he's a really good kid, and it's kind of been a fun relationship getting to know him. And so he came up to watch his alma mater. He's sitting in the stands at the Herb Friday night when he found out he got traded to Vancouver. So
that's when we all got the news.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. Did he leave then, or did he say? I would imagine he had to. That was kind of
he had to go back.
Kind of a big life moment, because Vancouver was out east, weren't they? So talk about just absolutely crazy. Cooper Wiley got the assist on that. I want to ask you right now, how is Cooper Wiley doing? The penalty later on in the game, they thought it was a slew foot, and then they kind of looked at it and go, well, maybe they were engaged too much, one-on-one equally. He was just on the wrong side of it.
It was close. Yeah, I can see why they hesitated a little bit on that call. I can't argue it too much. It looked like a slew foot, but then it was a little, they were up high and whatnot. So Cooper, he's okay. Luckily, the break comes at a good time. So we're hopeful to have him back for Palm Springs.
Okay, very good. That's good, because he's the number one time on ice guy.
He is. He's logged a lot of important minutes for us, and he's been really good as one of our captains.
Now they come back, as Denver has wanted to do. They can generate offense from nothing, and they've got that cycle game, don't they? That's their deal. They'll get in your zone and they'll start cycling.
Yeah, like if you don't kill your plays early against them, you can spend a lot of time in your zone. We call it a lot of high rolls. Once they get out of the corners, they get rolling and moving, and they're very active that way. And especially on the big sheet, once they get that, it's really hard to get back into your kind of your swarm and your kill defense that you want. You end up playing 5 1-on-1s, and they spread you out a little bit and spend a lot of time in your end.
Yeah, so they scored the 3. You're down 3-1. The late goal, final 15 seconds of the second period. Early goals and late goals, especially those late goals, just huge.
We needed that one. There was a lot of controversy on the bench, and the refs. You know what? We had really good communication with the refs this year. To be honest, it's been really good. There was a kind of a missed call that they missed and admitted it on Friday night, right before their third goal or third or fourth goal.
Which one? What was it?
It was a goalie interference, so they went through the crease and bumped bumpers, and it's right before the goal, and kind of a missed call there.
Where he skated behind
him, and Clippers and Seal, and they didn't think we could have challenged it because he was able to reset his feet, but we've been called for interference on that 3 times in the last few games.
Yes.
So it's an emphasis by the league. So it was a call that, we had a good talk about. They missed it. For me, it was a little easier not to be angry when it was a 5-1 win anyway, and it probably didn't mean the difference in the game.
Right.
But there was a tripping right before their third goal on Saturday night, and they missed it, and they came over after the period and said, hey, man, we you know what? We take ownership for that. We missed that call. I thought the refs did a really good job for the most part on the weekend. So
Gross scores that goal.
I don't say that very often.
No, not at all. It's a nice play by Bernovic to set it up.
Bernie made a great play to Smolinski on the goal at the end of the second. Bernie made even a better play to Halsey on that goal to win it.
That was the winner.
Bernie had a really good weekend.
Gross, and then Barrett Hall, of course, in between there's the major penalty on the hit on Grant Ashan.
Yep.
Which
that was an easy call.
It was because he was out of the play. He was going down, and it was a clear extension of the forearm to the head. And I don't know, sometimes did he draw that because of how Grant plays? Sometimes, guys. I mean, Gavin's that way too, right?
Gavin drew that vicious butt end the weekend before.
Yeah, that butt ending.
When I say vicious.
No, that's right. But hey, we talked about it, you and I, because we talked about butt ending is butt ending. It could be a tickle.
They had no choice.
It could be a tickle, or you could, take out a rib.
Nobody says it's got to cause an owie. You know what I mean? It's about ending.
Intent. It's about intent there, and so that's the case there. And you guys capitalized on that, getting up. Power play goal, and then the go-ahead goal at 14:46.
Right at the end of the power play. So kind of we had, the power play gave us a lot of momentum there, which we needed it to. It's been a little bit cool. I wouldn't call it cold,
right.
But the power play's been a little cool the last few games. So to get those goals, obviously, were huge difference in the game.
Gross now with 10 goals. He's already surpassed last year's total. You mentioned already. I want to mention again. Like I said, he just he took it to another level this weekend. It seemed.
So I can't imagine how much an Eric Polkamp shot would hurt. To be honest, I don't know if you follow him at all.
He's
Grosser ate that puck at the end of the game on Saturday night, and that thing had to hurt bad. Grosser was our most physical player. He was our most offensive player. He was blocking shots. Like I never like to single one guy out in the locker room because it was a really team effort. I mean, Bernie, Halsey, you go down the line, everybody played well. The guys that went into the lineup, Raj and guards, and I thought everybody had a good game that night. But Grosser really just took this team, put them on their back, and he said, "Hey, we're not losing."
They were averaging practically 40 shots on goal, and you held them well below that both nights.
Yep.
A lot of that had to do probably with time of possession, puck possession by you, keeping it away from them.
Yeah, we did, and I think fans probably noticed our shot volume's a lot higher.
Yeah.
I mean, we're out shooting teams for the most part. We're creating way more offense than we did last year. The stats got us up to where we want to be. We want to keep building on it. I think we're at about 3.2 or 3.1 right now goals per game, and last year was 2.2, and it hurt us, and it was the lowest it's ever been. So a lot of the metrics that we were hoping to get better have. Power plays back to top 10 in the country. The goal scoring part is there. You got your young guys contributing. We're getting more scoring from the blue line. So all those things have been really positive.
All up to that point, up till Friday, you hadn't pulled a goalie in the middle of the game, and then come with a substitution. Patrick's comes in, plays pretty well on Friday, and then he gets a start. He made some big saves on Saturday.
Played really well.
Yeah,
played really well. He's calm. He's calm back there. He doesn't get rattled. He's really a mentally strong goalie. We're starting to see that's probably the biggest thing with our team this year is you have two goalies coming in, both really highly rated goalies that we like a lot. Now we think they both can be excellent goalies, but combined, they had one college game between them. That's as little experience as we've ever had in the net, and they've had their ups and downs just a little bit. They're going through some growing things. They're developing and they're getting better. But I think they both have the opportunity to be really good goalies.
The lines, the juggling of the lines from Friday to Saturday. Yep. Gavin up with Grosser and Bernovic. So, and then Hall. So you break up Gross and Hall. Gross and Hall have been together all year. So you put Hall down with Rode and Ernest. And what'd you think of the results? How can you argue?
Just that line on paper with Hall, Gross, and Bernovic, you want it to be so good. There's so much talent, so much skill, right. And it's been fine. Yeah. It's been fine. But we needed the spark, and we thought, let's put a little rat up there. Let's put Thorson
exactly
up there,
what I thought.
To get in there and stir it up and get some things going in the offensive zone, win some puck battles, tick the other team off a little bit, bring some energy to it. And Ernest does that a little bit as a freshman on that other line. So now you got Rode and Hall, two very smart, skilled guys kind of on the line. You got Bernie and Grosser, and then you've got kind of a rat on either wing with both of them. And in a short sample, we really liked it.
Are any injuries other than the Cooper Wiley situation? You expect him to be back? Are we, knock on wood?
Knock on wood. It was just a flu bug. Now, hopefully, that's gone and through, and it hits your locker room at least once during the year. You're just hoping it's not going to come at the wrong time. It definitely came at the wrong time this weekend, but I thought the guys did a great job of fighting through it.
All right, team heads to the Christmas break, and then we've got a trip out to California, and then it's right back into conference play. We'll talk about that when we come back. And again, we teased it on social media. We had a very special secret guest, and Spencer Meyer is going to be with us. He is in the house here, and he will chat with us in the second half of the show, kind of catch up with him as well, and what he has been doing and is doing here since his Huskies career wrapped up a couple of years ago. So all that coming up here on the Brett Larson Show as we continue here from the.
Jim, I kind of wish we would have changed seats tonight. You know that? I'll bring it up because I'm.
You want to flip flop?
No, it's because on Thursday I went to the dermatologist and I had to have this precancerous lesion taken.
Oh, is that what the wall?
And everybody has been giving me crap all weekend about what's on my nose. It's a good time to do it before you go on TV.
Right.
So
no.
I was hoping we could switch spots.
That's good. Well, I'm glad you caught it.
Yeah.
It's
too.
very good.
It's
very
cancerous.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's good. I was wondering about that too. So I'm very happy to hear that that's taken care of. And if you would have told me, I would have gladly. But I can't go left.
No.
When I do my interviews,
that's
I'm always. Yeah. I think it was when George was a chucker. But anyway, because I'm always on the left. Whenever I do the games, I'm always on the left. I say I got to be on the left.
Okay.
And you ever notice when we do interviews? Usually, I go with the right. I only go with the right. But for you, Coach, I would have gone to the left. I would have found a way to do it. I think we could have worked. It wouldn't have been as good. The show.
It would have been great, Jim. We would have made it good no matter
left
what.
Side, right side of the brain. I think the right side is kind of the analytical. The left is kind of creative. So who knows what would have happened?
Well, you know what? We've talked analytics on the show a lot. On Saturday, I thought we threw the analytics out the window. We just got to the net. We competed harder. We played more physical. We played with a ton more jam than we did Friday night, and the guys got rewarded for it.
All right, very good. Sometimes those numbers, they're good, and sometimes you just got to say, to heck with it. We're just going to go out and play.
That was the message before the game, believe me.
All right. We're going to have one more segment here with Coach Brett Larson. We're here at the Green Mill. Banks of the Mississippi. Stay tuned. This is Huskies hockey from Learfield.
CentraCare M Physicians Orthopedics has sports medicine experts to support you, whatever your game. Whether you're trying to push harder, run faster, or achieve that personal best, our sports medicine team has the expertise you need. CentraCare M Physicians Orthopedics is proud to be the official sports medicine provider for St. Cloud State Athletics.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children, and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways. Green Mill.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
All right, back here. Spencer Meyer will join us next segment after we wrap it up here with head coach Brett Larson. Hey, Coach, get back up here. You got date night. We got to get you out of here in a timely fashion. Don't want to get him in the doghouse and be late for date night, certainly. Looking at the Huskies schedule, they've passed the midway point here this season. 18 games in, 16 left. What do we have? We just have 6 home games left. Duluth, Miami, then Colorado College. That's what happens when you play the heavy home schedule that we did. The Huskies played 8 of their first 9 at home, and of course that means those payments come due eventually later on because it's usually pretty close to half and half. Obviously, always in the conference, and then again their trip out west. It's Coachella Valley, which that's where the American Hockey League affiliate of the Seattle Kraken play, and certainly they're looking forward to that. The Cactus Classic, January 2nd and January 3rd, and Huskies are going to be flying out on Wednesday. Huskies will play Yale, and then Minnesota State possibly, or it could be UMass Lowell. It's UMass Lowell. Here. Hey, guys, stop talking to the coach. We need to get him up here. They're doing that on purpose. You guys. Oh, yeah, we saw that. We needed her to be here. Yeah, we got a fan wearing a Gopher sweatshirt. But we needed the crowd. We needed seat fillers like the Oscars. So I told you he'd see that. He's got an eye for that. I mean, there was the exhibition game this year with Augustana. I wore purple. Yeah. And you better not wear that net tomorrow. Yeah. Because we played St. Thomas the next night. Exactly. There was no way I was going to wear that the next day.
Well, that's one thing as a coach. When you're looking at your wardrobe for games, you never want to wear. I don't know if anybody would even notice, but I really make sure I never wear the other team's colors. I don't ever want to wear accidentally. I don't want to have their colors on when I'm coaching the game.
And I try that for the TV as well. You know, and even for radio. When you're wearing, I don't wear a suit for radio because what's the point? Nobody can see you. I wish I could wear sweats. But, you don't want to do that. You just don't. No. I mean, it's not a good look.
No, my wife actually this summer bought me 2 gray sport coats to kind of with different, and then I can wear them with white shirts and red ties.
Oh, wow.
So I never risk wearing somebody else's colors.
Well, you better treat her to dessert then with your dinner then for doing that. Well, let's look ahead. First of all, let's talk about something. Some people have already noticed here.
It's already out there.
There's a roster change.
There is. So Caleb Thiessen is going to sign a pro contract in the East Coast Hockey League. Obviously, deciding to forego the rest of his time here in St. Cloud. I think for Caleb, he just wants to play.
Right.
And, it's been a road where he kind of looks at our lineup. He kind of looks at the guys that have been playing. and he sees once Henricks and Wiley are back and how it shakes out that he probably won't play very much, and he just really wants to play hockey. And I can't blame him or fault him for that at all, and wish him nothing but the best.
It's been tough to get minutes because, Finn Loftus has come in and he's contributed, so you can't take him out of the lineup. And now Joel Belisle is doing a nice job as well. He's getting more time.
I mean, he was out there with 3 minutes left in the game against Denver, and is playing really well. So we really like our decor right now, and we think they're playing really well. So it is a tough lineup to crack. And, he's a little bit older. He played junior hockey up until he was 20, and he sees it being a tough road at a program like this. So, at this time in the East Coast, you're in the East Coast Hockey League, they're losing a lot. As you probably know, players are really hard to find right now because the NHL guys are getting hurt, AHL guys are going up, they're pulling up the East Coast League guys. It's hard to find players. So I think he's going to get an opportunity to play a little bit, which will be really good for him.
We wish him the best. And he was a really good kid. We had him on the show a few times, and he was more than welcome and available to talk, and he had a good personality when he was on. And
really good kid, and worked really hard, like coming back to the rink to shoot pucks, coming back to the rink to do extra workouts, working on his game, and he did improve. He improved a lot in the time he's been here, so I'm really hoping it goes well for him.
How did the Cactus Classic? How did that? That's a bit of a tongue twister. Say that fast a few times.
When Dave Shack was here, he was in charge of the scheduling, and he said, "Do you want to go to Palm Springs, California?" I said, "Yes, let's go to Palm Springs, California. Let's do it." So they had started the tournament a couple years ago. There's a new rink. I've got a tour of the rink already from Jimmy Schultz. So Jimmy was playing there for the American League team.
You did like a video tour?
The Coachella. No, I went out there. So, so long story short, I have family that retired out there. I usually go out there for a long weekend in the spring, and met up with Jimmy. He took me into the rink, showed me around. That's when he was playing there. So it was great to see him. It's a beautiful new facility. They sell it out almost every game. I think it's about 8,000 seats. It's a great rink in kind of an area that's hockey's really growing, at least an interest in hockey. So it'll be fun. We're looking forward to it.
What do you know about Yale? Again, they're they're Ivy League. They're very smart. They've only played 12 games because they start their season a little bit late. They're 4-8. And the Huskies have played Yale only once, and I think that time was in 2004. So that's in the past.
So Lenny just got the video for me today, and I'm going to watch a little bit over Christmas. But the reports we're getting from guys that have seen him and know him have said it's going to be like playing a St. Thomas or Bemidji or an Augustana type team. Older, very hard to play against, heavy, structured. They try to make the game very difficult that way. So that's what we've heard. Now I'll have to watch it for video.
And they played Omaha. They did play Omaha.
They did play Omaha.
So
they beat them,
split,
right?
2-1 and then a 3-1 loss.
Yep. So they've beaten a team in our league already. I don't think there'll be any overlooking. The thing I'm sure the fans are seeing in college hockey, everybody's better this year. With the expanded player pool, with the transfer portal, everybody's improved. The parity in college hockey is better than it's ever been. It's not upsets anymore. Vermont beat us. Vermont beat BU. Those aren't upsets anymore.
Anchorage beat Denver.
Anchorage beats Denver. Like it's
Lindenwood beat Denver.
So it's everybody's better right now. That expanded player pool has really made college hockey very interesting right now, where you can be competitive pretty much right away.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Jim.
Happy holidays.
Hope you have a great one.
Yes, and we'll see you when we leave for.
Merry Christmas to everybody too, and all the fans. And it's been a weird year from some standpoints. Of would have liked to win a few more games than we have right now. But this team, I think the fans have noticed, plays really hard, and we've been good most nights. And I think they're going to keep getting better.
All right, head coach Brett Larson, everybody.
Yep.
On the Brett Larson Show. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Have fun on your date night dinner here.
Remember, ask Penny, why my kid's not getting enough playing time.
Exactly.
So
you can ask him
because I got to run right now.
All
right, Jim.
Bye-bye. There's Brett Larson. Brett Larson Show.
Hockey dad. I don't want to be that hockey dad that's asking coaches why their kid's not playing enough. So.
Oh, that is funny. There are none of those.
No.
Anyway, so we've got the Brett Larson Show continuing. Spencer Meyer will join us when we come back, so stay tuned. This is Huskies hockey from their field.
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal two-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways. Green Mill.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw and Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
The holidays are here, and we've got your shopping list covered. Give a gift that's thoughtful, practical, and always appreciated. A quick trip gift card. Whether it's for family, friends, babysitters, coworkers, anyone on your list, gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack. Coffee, treats, fuel, groceries. Gift cards are great for anything. No guessing sizes, no wrapping stress, just simple, joyful giving. Purchase in-store or online now at quicktrip.com/shop. Quick Trip, where convenience meets holiday cheer.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Looking for a college that feels like home and opens doors? Welcome to St. Cloud State, where Huskies come from all walks of life to chase big dreams. From small-town Minnesota to across the globe, SCSU is a place where everyone belongs. Whether you're into esports, student orgs, or cheering at D1 hockey games, there's always something happening on campus. And the best part? It's affordable, so you can focus on your future, not your finances. Come see it for yourself. Schedule your campus tour at St. Cloud State University, the home of the Huskies. Let's go Huskies!
Donahue again. Crandall on the near side. Quick wrist shot. Block comes back to him. And then Donahue, right side. Wrist shot. Meyer, trickling puck. They score! Spencer Meyer took the initial shot and it found its way through Cameron Rowe. Huskies on the power play, 1-0. How about that flashback, Spencer Meyer, huh?
Yeah, not bad.
You remember that goal?
I think so.
Yeah, I think I don't remember it.
I didn't score many, so.
No, hey, you scored some big ones.
Yeah.
I recall some big ones. Hey, everybody, it's just a pleasure to have former Husky 3-year captain Spencer Meyer, obviously from Sartell originally, and then, of course, right here in St. Cloud for 5 seasons. And then, you dabbled, you played a little pro. Was it just after your senior season? And then, you had injury issues, right? And you just said, it's time to move on, time to start my life.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. I got to go, signed in the Washington Capitals organization.
Right.
Got to go to their camp. Pretty cool to be skating along alongside Ovechkin. So pretty cool there. But you got to experience those things,
right.
And and then played a year, and my last year here at St. Cloud dealing with kind of the sciatica stuff, and then talking with doctors. It was just like, it's just it's not like a broken arm, where a broken arm heals. It's like it's so lingering. You try and rehab it, you come back, it comes back, and it's like, well, how long? And so it's just, just part of me was like, you know what, it's it's time to. I was pumped. You know, like I had so much fun playing at St. Cloud State. Like I'd get people ask like, "Do you miss it?" I'm like, "I miss playing at St. Cloud State." Right? Like I miss playing college hockey.
Right. Yeah. There's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it. And the pro game, I guess you get paid. I guess that's the difference. But it's just not, the camaraderie's not the same. The brotherhood's not the same. It's just
players come and go a lot more.
And go.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're going to the rink to get traded. You don't know if you're going to the rink and you're, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's. It was just different.
You don't know if your emergency backup goalie also drives the Zamboni in Wichita.
Right.
That's one of the funny things in minor. You don't know your bus might get shot at down by Laredo.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of things that can happen in minor.
So it was
pro
time.
hockey.
It was time, and I always really liked coaching the game too. So,
Well, that's what you're doing now. Tell us what you're doing with Sartell hockey.
Yeah, I'm the assistant high school coach.
Nice.
It was kind of funny when I hung him up. I was like, you know what? I just want to be able to hunt, fish, kind of relax, take my brain off hockey. It's your whole life, and I don't think people really understand. Like it's legit at this level. It is your whole life. Like it's awesome and it's a blessing, but it's your whole life. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to hunt, fish, because that's a lot of, like, I love doing that stuff and go to the cabin. But a lot of those, like deer hunting, you got, college games, duck and goose hunting, college games. You're not doing all that stuff. You're not going ice fishing a bunch. And but then Hacker was like, you know what? You want to come help out this year? And I was like, all right, I'll show up. I'll show up one time and help you guys out, whatever.
Yeah.
I showed up, and then I got the itch.
You got hooked.
I got the itch.
Speaking of a fishing metaphor there, you got hooked.
Exactly.
But ice fishing, Easton Brodzinski always seemed to find time.
Yep, me and him would, well, he would go all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I would go out sometimes with him. But, yeah, he'd find time on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever. But.
And he would usually slay them, it sounds like. He knew where to go, or was he pumping our tires a little bit?
Take that with a grain of salt.
Okay,
but
So how are the Sabres this year?
Good. We're a good team. We started out.
Didn't they change classes? Did they?
Yep. Change classes. So we were AA, now we're single A.
Okay.
It's not a skill level thing. It's like it's a enrollment thing. So us and Alexandria, gained and it's the whole school. It's not just whoever comes out for hockey.
No, true,
So
right.
Alexandria gained 3 kids, and we lost 1 on the number poll. And so we just flip-flopped. So it's super weird.
So
how
Alexandria are they in 8 AA?
Now they're
I probably should know that.
Yeah, now they're 8
AA.
Yeah.
And
so
you guys are
single
section.
A.
Are you?
I should know that, but I don't.
No. Maybe the same one with Little Falls and Cathedral and those.
Well, Little Falls. So we're not even in Cathedral section. We're in Little Falls, Northern Lakes.
Yes.
Teams
Northern
like
Lakes,
that. So. We have a good chance this year. We have a really good team, a couple of really good players, including Coach Larson's son, Lane Larson. He is a really good player. I don't know where.
Is he a defenseman?
I don't know where the playing time comes in.
Can we talk about him, or is that a violation, NCAA? I think we can talk about him. Even the coach can talk about him. That's the one thing about that. Coach can't talk about players that he's recruiting, but he can talk. Let's say if he's got a family member or something, I think he can talk about what kind of a season they're having. But if I was to ask him about somebody who they're currently recruiting or who has committed but hasn't signed yet, that's a violation. He can't do that. But if it's like a family member, you can. But
no, we're hoping to have you calling us down at the X.
Well, that'd be fantastic.
Year,
you'll be on the bench then.
I'll be on the bench.
And then any little tidbits, any inside that makes me seem like I'm also an insider.
Right.
I love that, and I can mention Spencer P. Meyer, as Chuck used to call you. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, we're going to take a break. We've got one more break here, and then the last segment here, we'll just kind of reminisce a little bit with Spencer Meyer and talk about his team here, as his time here with the team, the Huskies. 5 seasons, got that extra season because of COVID. So what do you think of that picture right there on Hockey DB? Is that the Stingrays picture?
That's the Stingrays picture. I don't know. They might have to take that one down.
It looks pretty good. You look mean.
Thanks.
You look mean, like you're ready to, staple somebody into the glass, as we like to say. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. More. Thanks for everybody coming out. Great food here at the Green Mill. This is Huskies Hockey from Learfield and the Brett Larson Show.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways. Green Mill.
At St. Cloud State University, athletics are more than just games. They're an essential part of the Husky experience. From D1 hockey games to championship-winning wrestling, volleyball, and more, there's Husky pride in every corner of campus. Whether you're on the field, in the stands, or cheering from the student section, you're a part of something big. And the best part? SCSU is close to home, affordable, and packed with community that's got your back, in class and on the court. Come see what it means to be a Husky. Schedule your campus tour today at St. Cloud State University, the home of the Huskies.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
The holidays are here, and we've got your shopping list covered. Give a gift that's thoughtful, practical, and always appreciated. A Quick Trip gift card. Whether it's for family, friends, babysitters, coworkers, anyone on your list, gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack. Coffee, treats, fuel, groceries. Gift cards are great for anything. No guessing sizes, no wrapping stress, just simple, joyful giving. Purchase in-store or online now at quicktrip.com/shop. Quick Trip, where convenience meets holiday cheer.
Looks to the left for Brand off of his skate. Hench is there to grab the loose puck. He'll zip in on the left side. He'll coast in. Then he changes, switches to the middle, gives it up to Meyer. Scores! Meyer, his first of the season. Hench has set it up, maintaining possession. And then Spencer Meyer from the left side makes it 4-2. Yeah, what were you saying, Spencer? I'm looking at your stats, your 5 years here at St. Cloud State. You scored 17 goals. That's not too shabby for a defenseman, huh?
It's not bad for a D-man.
No, not at all. You had 5 your senior year, and then 3, limited a little bit there, and I think in your 5th year there with, in and out with the back stuff. But 171 games played, 17 goals, 45 assists, 62 points. 12 power play goals, too, which is always nice to see a defenseman, get 3, 4, 5 power play goals on the season, get some scoring from the back end. But just reminisce about your time here. First of all, coming in here as a freshman it was Brett Larson's first year, and, of course, we had that great team, number 1, going into the overall seed, and, then lose, unfortunately, to AIC on the terrible ice up there at Fargo. I'm still using that as an excuse.
Yep.
But, you come into that, and you learn from those guys, you learn from Jimmy Schultz, and it just had to be just fabulous that freshman year. I mean, just what a way to start.
It was awesome. From the beginning, I still remember when I was in Fargo playing junior hockey, and it was towards the end of the year. Bob Motzko left, and I still remember where we were in some junior hockey, some diner you go to for a pregame meal, just run down, whatever. But
greasy spoon.
Yeah, I still remember. Lars has so many things on his plate. He just got named the St. Cloud Star.
Right.
Like could have probably been doing so many other things, but he was calling all the recruits. I got a call from Lars like right away, and he made sure that all of us were staying. And I was like, well, you got no problem with me.
Well, I was just going to say that. I could have been named coach, and you would have said,
But like I said, so from the beginning, Lars was awesome, and then coming in with all those leadership guys like Jimmy, Benson, Lazat, all those
Jackson,
Robbie, like all those seniors were just so great, and being able to learn from those guys. We had a great year, and then you go up and you mention the ice, and we don't have to talk about it. But
no, I shouldn't even brought it up.
Learning from those guys. Learning from those guys is a big part of what shaped me into being able to be a leader for 3 years and go from there. But yeah, there's no better place on earth than putting on the jersey for St. Cloud.
And then your first year as captain, go to the Frozen Four, which was a little different because of COVID. There weren't the fans there. There were, but not many. And it was different, but still it was the Frozen Four.
Yeah,
and what an experience that was.
It was so cool. I mean, the St. Cloud community really showed out there. I mean, yes, I think that was at the time, though. They started lifting those.
Yes, it was slowly lifting. Some fans came out. There was a limited number.
It felt like, I don't know if it was just because the whole year, there wasn't a ton of fans. But then when they started to lift and all the St. Cloud showed up in full force, and it was like, it felt loud in there. It felt like there was energy, and it was awesome. And it wasn't the results we were hoping for. I think if VD Menton's shot, instead of going off the crossbar, it goes down and in. I think that's
could have been a whole
completely different game. And it was a step in the right direction for St. Cloud for sure. A lot of times people say you got to get to that game first before you win it. So hopefully we pave the way to get there first time, and then hopefully the next group that gets there can seal the deal for us.
Well, you were a resilient team all year that year, and then the game against Mankato, you scored a goal, had an assist. We were up, and then they came back, and then needed to tie it and win it. I think, if I remember correctly, the immaculate deflection by Nolan Walker.
That was awesome.
That won the game, and then
I got goosebumps.
You're just singing. I know. They were showing highlights of it. The other, we were doing something on the TV side, reminiscing on our Behind the Glass feature, where Noah Grant does that with Coach Brett Larson, and they reminisced and went back and played some of the highlights from that. And it is still a special time. It's great to have that happen. And there are some teams, and you go, well, we got to get back there. There's some teams that have never experienced that, and it's fun to. Because once you get one little taste of it, you want to go back, don't you?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, it was we had such a good group, and that's what's cool about St. Cloud is we always have really good teams, but then, we also have really good kids and really good players, and we have such a close-knit culture, and I give a lot of credit to the coaching staff for creating that culture and bringing in people that represent St. Cloud well, and, it's such an amazing program and such an amazing fan base, and like I said, I'd go back, I'd do it all again. I loved it.
What do you think of the changes that have happened here now? I mean, there's more of the NIL now than when you played, the transfer portal. That makes it the wild, wild west. That was just getting going during your time. Yep. And now I've got the Canadian Hockey League players and the Canadian, the youth sports guys coming down here as well. They're now all of a sudden eligible. It's a whole different thing. And I know you still probably follow the Huskies as much as you can and catch them when you can, either TV, radio. And you've been to some games this year too?
Yep. I try to get to as many as I can with coaching the high school team. It's sometimes hard.
Right.
A lot of times we play Friday, Saturdays too. And, life is just busy, but I try to come to as many as I can, and a lot of the alumni do as well. But as far as the changes go, I mean, I'm old school. I wish it would have just stayed how it was. Now, if the Canadian people want to, come play too, that's fine. But as far as the money aspect goes, I get the one side of it, but also the one side of it,
it's kind of taking the student and the amateur part out of student athletes and amateur athletics.
Yeah,
really.
You want it to going back to when I started talking about professional versus college, when you sign pro, you're kind of just a piece of meat in the meat market, right?
You know, I haven't had dinner yet, so
yeah,
don't bring that
well,
up.
right. You know, like you're a ribeye steak to somebody to one team, but you're just a hamburger to the next. You know,
that
right?
makes sense.
So
That's a great analogy.
it depends. You know, it kind of depends, and you never know what's going to happen. And that's what sucks is that kind of trickles down to the college game now with the NIL money. You know, one. Call it a Big Ten school can offer that ribeye steak to somebody, and another school can just offer the hamburger, right? It just sucks, but so I wish it would have stayed. I wish the money side, at least for the hockey side of things, would have stayed. Yes, there's money involved, and I get that. You look at a college football program, or you look at March Madness, that generates a ton of revenue.
Yes.
And even hockey generates a ton of revenue, but I don't know.
I like to see it spread out. I like to see it spread out equally to all the fans,
exactly,
all
equally,
the teams, a little bit.
Or at least
then the big schools might have a little bit extra, but
at least put a cap on it or something.
Right,
so,
but that might be something that'll come here eventually once they realize just how crazy it is. So when's the next Sartell Sabres game that people can head up there to? Is it still Pepsi Arena? What's the name of the?
Burnix.
Yes,
Burnix Pepsi Arena is the side we play on. The whole complex is called Shields Athletic Complex because they added another rink, and that's what's cool to see is youth hockey is growing in the area big time, which is really cool.
Need more sheets.
Yeah, like when I grew up, it was one sheet, and a lot of times it was empty, so I just go and skate. Now it's we need more ice time. We need more ice time. We built the second rink, and now it's still we need more ice time. So it's a good problem to have, and it's cool to see. But yeah, Thursday we play the Alexandria Cardinals, and
that'll be a good one. Huh?
Yeah, it should be a good one. If we play our game and are coached well, we'll see about that. I don't know. It doesn't happen often. But,
are you in charge of the defensemen?
Yep,
I'm
in charge
guessing?
of the defensemen. Yep. So if the D play well, and if our team plays like we know how to play, and we play with skill and we play hard, we're a really good team, and we're a really good team in the section, and put ourselves in a good spot to win.
What can you do? You implement some stuff that you learned from Coach Larson a little bit when you were here?
Absolutely. Yeah. When we were here, we had what we called Mentality Mondays. If we had a bad weekend or bad performance, and which luckily when I was still playing with the group, we didn't have a ton of bad weekends. There were some bad games, but we didn't have a ton of them. So we didn't have a ton of Mentality Mondays, but a Mentality Monday was not a real fun practice.
No.
It was a lot of battle drills, a lot of skating. And we had, unfortunately for the Sartell boys, a tough performance on Saturday against the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Just didn't play to our standard, and then that led to a Mentality Monday today. So I brought a lot of the drills that we did Mentality Monday at St. Cloud to the Sartell boys today, and I don't think they were very happy about it.
Well, let me guess, Mentality Monday, there's not a lot of pucks involved.
Well, yeah, and if there is, it's a lot of battling. And,
sure.
It's one of those practices where a inner team fight, or scruffle, starts.
Isn't a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. You want one of those.
Yeah, get feisty.
Every once in a while.
Get feisty. Be angry that you didn't play well. That's the way it should be. So. Well, thank you, Spencer. I really appreciate you doing this and filling in. Again, most, if not all, of the guys had left for their holiday break already, so we were kind of scrambling, and Coach Larson actually suggested, because I don't know if there are going to be players around. He goes, well, what about Spencer Byard? I thought that was a great idea. So, Spencer, thank you.
Absolutely.
Great seeing you. And what is your nickname for me?
Jimmy on the Air.
On the Erickson. Yes,
Jimmy on
that's
the Erickson.
Very good. That was
and
good.
Jimmy on the Erickson, we could probably schedule one of these and reminisce for an hour.
Oh, yeah, we can keep going. Exactly.
Time,
I got to get going, and we're about to run out of our internet window on Varsity Network app. So thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Spencer Meyer, for being with us here, coming out here.
Have a great holiday. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We do appreciate it. Again, the Huskies go to California. Then after that, at Omaha. And then they host Minnesota Duluth in January. Again, you can follow the games. I'll be calling them on the radio on KNSI and, of course, the Varsity Network app as well, coming up over the New Year's out in Palm Springs. So we have that. And I need to remind you, the next show won't be until January 12th. We'll be in the stateroom, but then it sounds like after that we'll be back into the main restaurant area right here at the Green Mill. Thanks, everybody. This has been the Brett Larson Show, and you've been listening to Huskies Hockey from Learfield.
on the Huskies.